So are you in a career? You're not quite sure how you can progress in that career, or what different areas you'd like to get to, or what career pathing is. So what is that? Well, career pathing is it's kind of like said you're on a path, and how do you want to grow your career? And so how do you do that? And what kind of opportunities are for you? And I'll share the experience of that I went through when I was going through my career path. I'm still going through it as even as a IT manager. And so some people they're especially we'll talk explicitly of even an IT career. Now, most people they don't know where to get started, and most people start in service desk or the support desk or the help desk. And so, actually, I'm going to pull up here a screen I have where I can draw here. So let's say, and I'll give you an example of mine. I started as an intern, an IT intern right out of college. So I started here, and this intern was on the service desk team. And then so after my internship, I went in and I uh, was hired on to be an I was on the IT service desk. Um, I think my official title was IT generalist, where I did general support. And then from there, I went on to being a senior IT support um, generalist on there. And so you can keep on progressing. You can go to like a staff version of whatever that role is, and there's like senior staff. But anyways, you can get there. But that's not where I went. I actually took a detour, and I was invited to join another team because they saw the work that I was doing, and they said, "Okay, um, we're reorganizing some of the teams, and we'd like for you to join a different team." And it was called the operations team. So now I became an IT operations. I can't remember if it might have been an engineer. So now I'm an IT operations engineer. And then again, you can go to like senior IT ops, and then you can go at different places. But anyways, so there's these different tracks. And so one thing to note is that um, these tracks are not all the same. They have um, some starting, even though you're in a more junior role, like here I was in a senior role, and then here I was in a non-senior role, but yet my pay even bumped from this going into an operational role because you're more highly skilled, you're working more technical things, more background things on the back end systems, and so you just get paid more. And so even then again, I got moved over to another team called I became an IT analyst here, and that was working on the tools for IT. And so what the service desk was using, I was building the tools. I was building out the identity provider, which was Okta at the time. So I was even moved to operations to not like actually working on the backend systems, deploying them, updating them, tweaking them. Um, so then you can go into that. So sometimes what I also want to say is that you can have these lateral moves too. It's not really so much of a promotion, but you're just moving to a different role in the company. And so that's kind of how um, I followed as well. And then there's totally different areas you can get into. You can get into like there's like networking. You can be a network engineer, and then so you can take this path, and then it goes into like a senior network engineer, and it just keeps on going. And you don't have to stay in one track the whole time. You can jump around like I did here. And then maybe eventually you keep on going, and then you become um, like I did, the manager of the network team. I mean, I didn't become a manager of a network team, but that's you can see you can grow, and then you can get into a management track, and that's a whole nother track. And then you become again like a senior manager, and then you become even like director, director. And so you can just keep on moving up. And so there's all these tracks that you can join, and you don't have to stick in one track. You can jump to different tracks. And actually, I kind of suggest it because then it exposes you to different areas, and you learn more, and you get a more holistic view of how technology works in the business. I even created my own role, how that I helped the business become a business relationship manager, where I would go out to the business and the teams that IT worked with and say, okay, how can we help you? What are you working on? What are some of your pain points? How can we, some of our projects we're working on, how do they have impact onto your business? And so that was a great job. It gave me great experience all around. So that's how you can kind of um, see that there are many different tracks. A lot of people, they start here in the service desk track here, this whole track right here. But then from there, you don't have to stay there. You can branch off to different areas that you may be interested in. Sometimes you may even be moved because there's teams are being reorganized and stuff. So you can watch out for that as well. But there's plenty of opportunities. Just so don't think you have to be stuck in just one area and you're always staying there. You can move around. You know, so it's. I like that there's a lot of opportunities in IT. So what can you take away from this? Well, you can research other areas that you might be interested in, and even ask other people. Hey, what's it like to do your role? What's it like to do this role? Maybe kind of follow them for a day, and then or research some of the topics or things that they do, and see if that might be good for you. Because you're going to be most successful when you're passionate about the subject, when you really liked it. One of the reasons why I got into the operations team is because I was really into email at the time, when we would host our own email servers way back in the day before Microsoft 365. And so I got really into that and really understanding how those things worked, fixing advanced problems that were outside of my scope, outside my role. And I learned from that. And the people on the operations team, they recognize that. I remember one time, there was this long-going problem. Even the operations team couldn't fix it, and I found the fix for it. I was like, "Look, there's this one attribute that we need to enter this, unique string, and then and then it fixed it." And they're like, "Wow, that's great. We couldn't even find that a fix to that problem." And so then he actually emailed my boss at the time, the service desk manager, saying, "Hey, you did a really great job solving this. He did really well." And I was just in it. I was living it. And then they said, "Okay, we want to pull you onto that team now. Now that there's an opportunity to get over there." So just keep on learning. Keep on seeing where the opportunities might present itself, and you'll eventually be successful in your career if you stick with it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You can like and subscribe, and check out some of my other videos that you might be looking forward to, especially on career development, like how could you get promoted. I also have a link on my website. You can subscribe to my email and check out my blogs there.